Hello, hello. Hopefully we are live. Alrighty, let's get some music going. I'll wait for Minecraft to load up and I'll close off my browser so that things run at a reasonable pace. Alrighty. Stream Elements says we're streaming, so let's get the music going. Alright, and it looks like Twitch is going as well. It's just not showing up on Discord yet. Alrighty. Still waiting for the mod pack to load on my end. I'll be jumping on the server soon. Alrighty, so that's Too High to Die by Apollo Music. Alright, and we'll listen to Captain Fred of the Tech Heads. And then we will have Mud Puddle going. I'm just going to spruik the stream on a couple of places. Alrighty, and we'll listen to Mud Puddle, and then I'll get on the server. I'll just resend the... Actually, I think it should be okay. Let's have a look. Alright, we're listening to Mud Puddle, and I'll jump on the server shortly. Yeah, just to make sure the thumbnail's working, I'm going to do a update all titles, and hopefully it should restart the placement of the thumbnail on the stream. Alright, let's get it into the server. Music has all been by Apollo Music. Hello, hello. Welcome. Nope, looks like I'm having some problems getting onto the server. Let's try that again. If it doesn't work, I may have to restart the server. I have to extend the intro a little longer. And we're in. Okay. Super laggy though. Hello. Hexed Revi. I hope I said that right. Alright. Let's just stop the music before anything else plays, and we'll do a little transition to the game. No, that's the wrong one. Game, there we go. Okay, and here we are. Welcome. So, I'm on my Aetherial Airships server, and we have a small island that we're going to be mining out, which is down this way. We've mined about half of it already, and we're going to mine the rest of it, and we're going to get the ores with Silk Touch, and then we're going to rebuild it with a Schematicannon. So, that's pretty much what we're in for today. And we're going to take the airship down and get started. Alrighty. So there's a mod pack I've put together on a server that I'm running called Aetherial Airships. And there's the island we're going to be chopping through with the Silk Touch. I think to be a little bit different, we might actually go from the top today. We do have shovels. We might need to grab another shovel. I thought about that. That's alright. We'll grab a shovel. Hello, Crixall. Good to see you. Rage quit today while you're building a monster spawner and got killed by a zombie and lost all your stuff. Oh no! Alrighty, so that's a bit of digging to start with until the shovel runs out. Now don't just silk touch the grass because we have a way of recreating grass. But we will make a spot to move the ship down in. There we go. That's all of the shovels. So we may as well go back down the bottom and work on things from the bottom. Alright, let's put dirt in here. Not sure why we didn't get any sound from that chest, but it happens occasionally. Alright. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How's everyone else doing? Where did that... There we go. We moved a little too far away from the island. Alright. So we're going to not bother with the Silk Touch until we get to an ore. Because stones can be mined pretty easily. Alright. So, for example, we'll Silk Touch that one. Now we'll go back to the... no, we won't use the gold ore to mine with. That's a little silly. Alright, now, anything we've missed should be down there. That's the point of having the platform underneath. Alright. we had some, there we go, I've got some ore here. So we've got deep slate copper ore. So yeah, we're basically just going to lift the entire island up. I could have done it with other ways, like I could have tried super gluing the whole thing together and lifting it up with a what's the word I'm looking for? Basically a create pulley. But yeah, I wanted to make sure it's rebuilt the same way. We do have some slimes here, but they seem to have mostly escaped. All right. So we got some more copper over there. No, that's iron. And we got some other stuff as well. So let's just mine through as much as we can. And then we'll start building it with the Schematicannon once we've mined everything and put it all in the safe. Now let's make sure we're not mounted when we mine. That will make things a bit quicker. Why does deep sea take so long to mine? Even with a diamond pickaxe or a netherite pickaxe, unless you have haste, it takes a while to mine deep slate. Alright, we'll switch to Silk Touch for the ores. I'm going to grab all of that before it disappears. Alright, it's a reasonable chunk already, but we're going to need some more. Definitely going to need some more shovels. Make sure we got everything. Apart from the slime, yes we do. So we can always smelt the deep slate. We've got ores there. We've got tough. Okay. Andesite and more ores. Alright. Cool. Back up we go. We'll widen that hole to the entire layers. Oh, don't need to silk touch it. Oh, and we've broken our pickaxe. Do we have another one? We do not. Alright. So let's silk touch those gold ores. Then we'll go make or buy some more pickaxes. Gravel. Okay. Alright, well that made a bit of a dent in it getting the gravel. Alright, it's getting a bit dark, so we'll sleep and we'll put away all this stuff. Okay. Gravel. Smooth basalt. Okay, we don't have room for the smooth basalt in here. Let's remove something else. Let's remove some of the non-ore blocks. We've got more than a stack of iridium as well. Okay. Gives us a bit more space. Right, we'll just double check we haven't left anything on the ground here. Doesn't look like it. Let's go get some more pickaxes. Alrighty. It may seem like we haven't made much of a dent, but it all adds up. It won't take long to actually rebuild the island once we've mined everything, so I think we'll get it done by the end of this stream. Alright, let's just pull in here. Hello. We have a villager wanting to say hello. Oh, that's good enough. Alright. Let's go get some more pickaxes. Let's see, do we have any emeralds in there? If not, we'll trade for some. Okay, no worries. We'll just trade for some. We can make stone pickaxes easy enough as well. Do we have anything in the chest here already? We do. Awesome. All right, well, there's another stone pickaxe with no effort. We'll eat some food. Jump into the kitchen and grab something. A couple of kelp rolls. Alrighty. And we'll make a couple of shovels as well. Plenty of cobblestone. I saw some sticks in the toolsmith's hut. Sorry to throw eggs at your chickens, but didn't actually want them ourselves. I'll get those sticks from the toolsmith's hut. We'll come back and do some trading if we need to. That should keep us going in tools for a little while. Alright, pickaxe and another shovel. And that'll do us for now. We make 2 more pickaxes, or 2 more tools if we need them. We'll find out what we need. Use the last of the coal to get out there quickly. Might go with shovel from the top, just for a change of scenery. Alrighty. Definitely quicker to just mine dirt than it is to mine grass. Interesting, that. Okay, let's try. There we go. I'll just move this over a little bit. A little gap there. We'll lower the airship and we'll just mine out the entire surface. That's as far down as we'll go at the moment, so let's continue. If you do miss anything, it's going to go down to the platform down the bottom, hopefully, and it's just dirt, so it's not that difficult to replace. Alright, there goes our shovel. Probably should have dropped off our minings. Sounds like we've got something nearby. Sounds like there's a passenger or something. Alright, let's continue digging up the dirt. Taking a lot more shovel than I thought it would. I definitely hear something nearby. Not sure it's coming through on stream, but I can hear some footsteps. I wonder if there's a creeper nearby. Alright, we're about to break our second shovel. There's our shovel broken. And there's another 2 stacks of dirt. Alright, let's go for one more shovel then. Definitely making progress taking the top of the island down. Alright, might sleep so we can see what we're doing a bit better. Makes a better stream that way. Definitely hearing footsteps. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, maybe it's rain falling on the airship. Alright. Looks like that's all of it. We'll head down to the bottom and just check that we don't have any extra dirt that we missed. And we'll start mining from the bottom. Again. Alrighty. That's taken out most of that top bit. Gonna need a couple more shovels, obviously. And it doesn't look like any dirt fell over the edge, so I think we're good. Alright, well, we'll mine from the bottom again. Alrighty. So I've been working on the version 2 of the mod pack for this server, but of course that will mean because the mods have changed significantly and the world gen has changed, that the new world gen mods are not compatible with the existing world gen on the server. So we'll be looking at refreshing the server when the pack updates. That also brings in Create 6 support for Fabric, which is nice. And there's more recent versions of the Valkyrian Skies airship/ship mod. And it's also a mod I'll be adding called Valkyrian Pirates, so I'll be adding flying pirates to the server and to the mod pack. And we'll also have some that specifically spawn in the nether. So the nether in this server and on the mod pack is a custom nether that is actually floating islands as well, although there's less gaps in the floating islands of the nether than there are in the surface islands. Well, they might change that in the new version of the mod pack if I can figure out the world gen. If we're running out of space in the chest, we might need to go empty things out. And put some deep slate on to smelt. Alright, I'll pick up what's left here. Make sure we haven't missed anything. Ah, there was some dirt around the edges. Still once around. Okay, so we made a significant dent, but we're going to need more. Going to need more to finish this off. Alright, so Zora's joined. Welcome, Zora. Create a group. There we go. If you haven't already, Zora, you can join the voice chat group. And we'll head back to the island and drop off our stuff. Yep. Game is bugged out. Alright, we're going to try a reverse park this time. And we're a little lower than we need to be. There we go. I think we're a bit lower again. That's good. Okay, perfect. Alright, what can we grab? We can grab the Viridium, the dirt, and some of the smooth basalt. And more dirt. And more dirt. And more dirt. Alright, Zora's back. So we'll throw this lot into the storage. Hopefully didn't throw the cobbled deep slate in. Hey, Zora. No, we didn't throw the cobbled deep slate in. Good. Okay, gravel, the ores. We'll check how much we've got left. Nope, didn't need to throw the cobblestone in there, but that's okay. We can make more cobblestone. Alright, let's do a quick check on how much the schematic thinks it has left to do. Alright, lots of deep slate. A bit more deep slate gold ore, a bit more deep slate iron ore, deep slate lapis ore, deep slate redstone ore, deep slate zinc ore. So this is all the ores we haven't mined yet. Only a few more dirt, a few more granite, a few more grass blocks. A little bit more gravel, one rail, bunch of smooth basalt, some tuff, and viridian. So looks like we're getting there. Alrighty. So let's grab a little bit more cobblestone from the generator, which is... Where did I put the generator again? Back this way? Yeah, back this way. Grab a little more cobblestone and make a couple more shovels. Might as well get the dirt out of the way and we'll make a bunch of grass. Throw those ones in for starters. We'll get some more happening in a little bit. Alrighty. Orange cream soda. Interesting. Alright, looks like we don't have any more sticks nearby. So I might grab some wood or some sticks before we go any further. We have plenty of bamboo, so let's just make some sticks out of that. Alright, one more bamboo. Let's just cut that one down. Hopefully it's an odd number. It was an odd number. Perfect. Okay, let's make 7 more sticks then. Make a couple more shovels. Let's go with 4 and 1 more pickaxe to be on the safe side. Oh, we can't do a pickaxe. Yes, we can. We'll just go mine a little bit more cobble for that. Okay. One more cobble for an extra pickaxe, and then actually, let's go with 4 more. We'll make 2 extra pickaxes. There we go. 2 extra pickaxes, and then we'll continue destroying the island. Alrighty, let's get on with it. Looks like Zora's doing a fair bit there. Seems to have gotten down to the non-dirt already. you invisible. Didn't see you on the way past. So Zora's obviously doing a lot more to mine the island than I am, and that's fine. I've done most of it by hand so far, so Zora's doing it faster with, I think it's a hammer, silk touch hammer maybe. That's great, that means we'll get more progress. Alright, let's head down there and see what we can find from the bottom. Let's see if we can sleep. Cannot sleep at the moment, not a thunderstorm. Just really bad weather. Really bad weather for streaming, that is. Let's see how much Zora's mined while we've been doing that, because I bet you there's not much of the island left at this rate. Alright, we'll just grab a few things with silk touch then. Let's grab that redstone ore. We were going to do a bunch of dirt, but apparently it's been done already, so... we'll just try and catch up a bit. Got all the smooth basalt in here. We'll just mine out iridium for a bit, since we've only got one slot. That one went down the bottom. We'll pick that up in a sec. Ah, we've got slime. We'll get rid of the slime. There it is. Alright, let's head down the bottom and get that iridium before it disappears. There we go, a couple of blocks that fell down here. Alright, well, I guess I'll put a shovel in here. There's a bit more room. Let's see if we can sleep to get rid of the rain and crappy lighting. There we go. Ah, I see. Alright, let's turn this way then. There we go. Lower the ship and back to mining. Right, how much we got in the way of cobble deep slate? 35. So we'll mine a bit of regular deep slate, and then we'll uncobble it. And we'll, if it's still got deep slate, we'll do it with Silk Touch. I've got Silk Touch, I just only have one Silk Touch pickaxe. And it's only iron. I've already got half a stack of cobbled deep slate, so I want to make it a full stack. Oh my gosh, that was not good. I'm stuck. All right, didn't think that one through. What have I got in the shulker box? I got some stone I can use. Cool. I was just pulling my way up with stone. All right. So yeah, I'll just finish off the stack of cobbled deep slate that already started, and then I'll use Silk Touch for the rest of the deep slate. Your elytra shattered. That's all right. I found my way back without help, so all good. All right, how many have we got left? I think it was 3. Yeah, 3 left, and then I'll do Silk Touch. Alrighty. Hello there, Jaden VRGT99. Welcome. We're just mining a floating island. We're going to relocate it. We're going to rebuild it with a Schematicannon shortly. Zora's given us a beacon. Alright, well I'm running out of space. I have to reorganize a few things. Clear out some of these barrels, I think. Alright, I'm going to go make some space so I can ferry this stuff across. You're making pretty good strides on getting things mined out there, Zora. It's going to go straight up to the vault and drop things in directly. the dirt we're going to turn into grass. Do that. Get a stack of that going. Couple deep slate, we will turn back into a deep slate over here. We'll grab a bucket load more bamboo. And we'll just drop a stack of sticks in there and we'll come back to it. Alright. We'll put the rest of this bamboo in here. I need to clear out more of these things. Drop a stack of iridium in there. Rest of the iridium. Deep slate. Smooth basalt. More smooth basalt. Tough. Granite. Andesite and ores, and that dirt will turn into grass. I think that's cleared up a bit of space. All right. We'll just leave the dirt in there. Nearly done. Since we're so close to done, we might as well swap it over when this is finished. All right. Throw a stack of grass in there. Let's see how much difference that's made, and then we'll see how much difference it's made when Zora's dropped things off as well, if they haven't already. Yeah, but I want progress reports. I want to see how well we're doing. So we need a little bit more gravel, rail, and lots of grass, and lots of dirt, and the other stuff as well. So I'll head back over. Yep. It's good that we're more than half done when we're about halfway through the stream. And Zora's brought their ship over too. Good. Quick sleep to make it a bit more well lit. Yep, I'm going to have to make myself a stairway to get back up because I'm running out of island. Get rid of all of these shovels so I can pick up more stuff. Except for maybe one to get the gravel. And there goes my silk touch. That's why I didn't want to just use silk touch. I guess I'm on cleanup duty. No, of course it didn't have mending. What do you think I am, Rich? I might be the server owner, but that doesn't make me rich. That's deep slate. I'm not touching the deep slate because I don't have silk touch. I'll go get some stuff from Sean's trading hall once we're done with the island, because at this stage we're going to be done soon anyway. That's deep slate. We'll leave that. Alright. Yep, I'll go get the stuff down the bottom. I was just thinking I should do that. Alright, run out of space, so let's go dump some stuff. Already don't have room for that, so let's just dump those chains. Again, we don't have much in the way of chains, so we'll dump those. Alright, looks like we're basically done. We'll probably need the, yep, the leftovers there. And I'll just move my ship out of the way, shall I, since you've set it on cruise control down past me? No, they appear to be tangled. Ships appear to be tangled. Yep. Okay, guess you don't want your barrels back. I'll just pop these barrels down. Put the barrels up front. Alrighty, let's pick up the last of what's here. That's it. There's only a couple of blocks left. Cool. Alrighty. Well, we can mine that platform out later. I'll let Zora pick up the stuff from the beacon. I'll just get out of the way. We'll see what's missing once everything's dropped off. Zora's got the bulk of it by the look of it, so thank you, Zora, for the assist there. The massive assist, I'll say. And we'll just drop it straight off at the vault. We won't bother trying to park first. We will have a sleep. All right. Let's swap out the crafting table for resources. If we'll dump things in here. Found a way to remove the wooden platform. Did you set it on fire? It's a legitimate way to remove it. I'm not gonna tell you off for that. It saves time. It saves time. All right, what's missing that Zora's likely got, and what are we gonna actually need to? Well, Zora just shipped me in the face. All right, so we're gonna need at least one rail by the look of it. Unless Zora found a rail while mining. I'll get some more grass in there. Don't dump all the dirt in the vault yet, because some of it gonna need to convert to grass, unless you silk. Yeah, that happens. I've got stuff in there as well. I don't know how to get it out at this stage, other than set up a conveyor belt and recycle it through till we see everything. Yeah, that's not going to work. You'll get random stuff. I tried. I think the only way to fix it is going to be to set up a conveyor that goes back around and drops it into another. Yeah, I did try breaking the vault, which is not advised because it crashes the server and then you lose stuff when you finally get the server to work again. I might have said it the other way. How about I get working on a conveyor belt that lets us cycle things through so we can find stuff that we're missing? You might want to use a chute instead of one of those. Hopper will do it. Slower, but it'll do it. Two hoppers. I can do it too. Yep. And then if we put the tunnel on there as well, we can drop entire stacks of stuff in it at once. You got grass? Awesome. Yeah, if we need more... Well, if we need more, we've got a grass maker in there anyway. Or leave the extra dirt in the... leave the extra dirt in there and I can get it out later. Next island I build. I think you've got the clipboard. Yep. Can you just pop it? Can you pop it in the Schematicannon? Oh great! I got to make another one. That means there's two clipboards in the vault already. On the vault. Okay. Now you put it on the... Yep. I've got it now. Alright, let's see how it's going. We got all of the chains, we got all the andesite, we got all the birch slabs. We're waiting on viridium, tuff, smooth basalt, gravel, grass blocks, granite, dirt, deep slate, zinc ore, iron ore, gold ore, and all the deep slate. So, shouldn't take too long. Did you mean to place the deep slate? Oh, I see what you're getting at. Let's see how well that improves things. Still waiting on most of the ores and some grass, gravel, deep slate, smooth basalt, tuff, and viridium. How's it looking now? Let's see. Getting there. Most of the tuff's there. Very little iridium left to go. Alright, waiting at 15 iridium, so we might have lost some. 4 tough, smooth basalt, grass, deep slate, ores, and more deep slate. So if that's everything in, let me just double check that. Alright, so we are short by some deep slate. There's half a stack here. But we need about another 4 or 5 stacks of deep slate. And I don't have any resources left on the boat. So, might have been from when I tried to retrieve things from the vault and broke it and crashed the server. So yeah, we're missing some deep slate gold ore, iron ore, and zinc ore. Only a few of those. 276 deep slate, a little bit of smooth basalt, a little bit of tough, and just over a stack of grass blocks. And 15 iridium. I'll just check my shulker boxes and make sure I haven't got anything hiding in those. Nope, nothing useful hiding in the shulker boxes. We have some funnels and some mechanical belts though, so we could make a recycling display of what's in there. Yeah, we might have to sort that out later on. We'll make a recirculating display of what's actually gotten stuck in there. There's about half a stack of it in the furnace here, and that's it. Not even that, there's 16 left. So we need more deep slate. Let me check. Yeah, about 4.5 stacks. And just over a stack of grass, which I can make, as long as I've got dirt. The main airship has everything, cool. Alright, we've got plenty of dirt, so we don't have to worry about the dirt. I can make more grass. So I need deep slate gold ore, deep slate iron ore, and deep slate zinc ore. I'll have a look around and see if I can find some nearby. I need to make some more charcoal. Found it. Alright, cool. Got 4 grass blocks left to go. That'll be no time. Okay, grass is done. Oh, I got another stack of deep slate. It was in the furnace on the ship. So down to just under 3 stacks of deep slate needed. 1 deep slate gold ore, 6 deep slate iron ore, 1 deep slate zinc ore, some smooth basalt, tough, and viridium. I don't have silk touch to get the ores though. See the ghost of the island there in distant horizons. Didn't quite get rid of all of the platform, but most of it. Yep. Good thing your ship has everything we need. I assume you bring it back at this point. That's all good. So there's a mod I'm looking into, or waiting for a fabric version of, basically, called Create Propulsion, which should be really good for that. But we can also change the weight of blocks and the maximum speed that engines can allow in the server settings. So I can look into that as well as some server tweaks, either for the next version of the server or for this server while we're still on it. Just fell through your ship. Okay. That's alright. We can find it. You didn't have spawn set on your ship? If you remember the coords, I can grab this ship and go over there. Alright, I'm just cleaning up the... I'm just cleaning up the... Well, I was just cleaning up the little platforms. I might just set them on fire. Carefully, so I'm not too close to them. These ones will just break. They're pretty much done anyway. think that's the last bit. Oh, there's one little bit behind me. Alright, well that one's gone. Let's finish cleaning up the platform and I'll figure out where you are. Well, that was a bad idea. Bad move. No! I just set my ship on fire. And now I'm in a death loop. Yep. And for some reason my bed is still showing up. Okay, my bed, my ship has fallen out of the world. That should not. Yeah. Alright, this calls for creative mode. Wow. Spectator mode? Wow, I've completely screwed myself. I'm in spectator mode and I keep dying. What the heck? If I could live long enough. I see what you mean. Yep. Alright, hold on. Give me a sec. I'll find a. So that was unexpected. Oh, I just closed something I didn't want to close. Alright. Alright, let's give this a try. Ah! Okay. I might just TP myself to 000. See if that gives me any time. Ah, I see what the problem is. Double slash. I gotta get rid of the slash. That's the problem. So I'm using slash to open the command window. There we go. Alright, I'm in spectator mode. Let's get me out of that death loop. I'm in creative mode. And I'm using creative to pick up all my stuff. Too many death loops. There's the real grove. Okay. Get the other ones out of the way first. Almost fell out of the world again. Alright. Well, my ship's had it, so I'm going to set my spawn on the island. And then we'll resume as if nothing happened. Okay. Looks like Zora's left. I see the other ship. Well, I see a ship. So while I was in the death loop, it looks like Zora's just brought everything over. Get myself out of creative mode. Back to survival mode. Alright, well, your ship's over the village if you're still watching, Zora. Don't know if you did that on purpose or it's just the way it worked out. Yep. Zora's joining Among Us event. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you for joining, Zora. I do appreciate it. Now, we don't actually have everything we need here. We got most of it, just not everything. Well, Yeah, we are still short a few things. Unless there's more storage hiding up here. But we're much closer than we were. Alright, how's my stream looking? Alright, we've got about 13 minutes left in normal stream time. Alright. Well, we should have all the andesite. We still need some ores, and we do still need some other stuff. Unless Zora has managed to drop that off. And it looks like we are good to go. Alright, so I stole a couple of things that weren't required from Zora's ship, but thank you, Zora. Alright, and let's go. Let's start the island. Hey, why is it not? Why is it not? Can it not reach? Alright, maybe we do need to move the Schematicannon. Or maybe it's become an invalid schematic. It shouldn't have done. Alright, well, move the Schematicannon. Oh, no. No. Means we need to move the vault. Oh, dear. Did not think that part through. Alright, well, in that case, we might have to do the island building another time. I thought this was going to work, but it seems like it's going to just be more trouble than it's worth. And we've lost our ship in the bargain. Okay. And then household trance is probably this one. Yep, so we're not touching that one in the commands. We'll leave that one alone. Alright, so I need to rethink how we do this. So we want to get the Schematicannon to be able to reach over there, but it's got to shoot through the island to do that at the moment. Did not think that through properly. It looked like it was going to work. Try it again. Oh, it's got to press play here. That's what it is. I'm just a fool. There we go. Should shoot through the island, hopefully. Yep, you can see things starting to form over there. Awesome. Alright, well, we'll make a little ship and we'll watch that get assembled. Alright, we got enough nuggets that we can make a another helm if we need to. Let's make another helm and get ourselves over that way. Watch the island build. Make ourselves a little ship and we'll go watch the island build. And I think we'll put that tree up there instead. Alright. Okay, there's a dog barking in the background. I don't have a dog. That's kind of annoying. Alright. We have enough of everything that we can make a helm. We'll go watch the island build for a while. What's that? 10, 12, 13, 17. Where's the other one? Should be 18. There we go. Turn those into paper, turn that into balloons. Alright, just make a little ship somewhere out of the way. Just here will do. We won't dismount from the ship until there's something to land on. Let's go look at the island being built. And there it is. All its glory. So at a height that should be accessible to reasonably from the other island. There we go. Meanwhile, the ship that I died on is way down there somewhere. Whoops. Word to the wise, don't set yourself on fire. Don't set your ship on fire if your bed is on it. There we go. There is the island being built in front of us. One block at a time. As Mojang intended, apparently. Alright, how are we going progress-wise on that cannon? I bet it's getting close. Yeah, about third of the way through by the look of it. A quarter of the way through. We'll stick around. We'll watch it build. And then we'll wrap up the stream once it finishes. We'll clean up our death loops from the map while we wait. Alrighty. There's way too many deaths. At least we're able to get our stuff back from the first one. Maybe it'd be quicker to just look at the waypoints here. Remove. Remove. I think that's all of them. Yep. Okay. We don't have a bed on here. We're not going to risk sleeping on the ship over the void while we're building something. So I might head back to the village and sleep, and then come back and check on the progress once we've slept. See it gradually building on the map there as well. And I guess we could turn this into another decent sized ship. We will place a bed on the ship, we'll land the ship, and then we'll put some other stuff below it so that we can, other stuff next to it so we can safely sleep on the bed without falling into the void. Alright, look at that. Looking like it's pretty close to done. Yep, starting to get more of the ores in. Let's have a look at the progress on the Schematicannon. Alright, it says it's about a quarter done, so... I think it's closer to half done than it looks. There's a lot of stuff to still place though. And my question here is this out of range or is it no. Things falling in the void as things are placed. We'll check the island against the schematic once it's finished, but looking like it might be missing a few things. If it is, then we may have to relocate what's left in the vault and replace it. Can't be out of range though, because the bottom's been done. Maybe just places it in a weird order. Yeah, that's really odd that we're getting drops happening while we're making the island. It seems to be placing other parts of the island, so we might be able to safely pick that up. It's like it's killing mobs that we can't see. Very strange. Unless it's picking up drops from the... No, it can't be picking up drops from the mob farm on the way, surely. Distant Horizon's just bugged out. Okay, so apparently, the island is shaped like that. I thought there was more over here. Maybe there will be. Maybe it hasn't been placed yet. Alrighty, let's have a listen to, just while we're waiting here, we'll have a bit of a listen to for the intro music. So, Too High to Die, Captain Fred, the Tech Heads in Mud Puddle again. Give us something to listen to in the background while we wait. Surely we're about halfway through by now. Getting close to halfway. Cool. Alright, Captain Fred and the Tech Heads. Captain Fred of the Tech Heads. While we wait. So I'll probably be including this track in the new Pirates mod pack. It's owned by Apollo Music. Alright. And mud puddle for a little while we wait. Surprising amount of ores in this little island. And of course, all of that viridium could be turned into copper, I believe. It was ground up in the big grinding wheels. We're going to look at getting all of, well, not all of, but a lot of the Create stuff moved over to this new island. And having a little way to get to it from the old island. So this server will be around for a little while until Create and Valkyrian Skies are done updating for a little while. And once that happens, then we'll look at moving things over to a newer version. We might make some schematics of some of the fun stuff we've done on this world. And I'll certainly make a world download available to all the people that have played on the server. I've got to do that for the old Skyflat server as well, the original one. So I think we're losing the gravel as part of the problem there. The gravel's being placed, but then it's falling. Whoop, we're getting shot at. So if we've got a spot where it looks like there's missing blocks, it might be where gravel is being placed before the other stuff is being placed. Might have to go make some more balloons and move away from the skeleton for now. Go sleep over the island so we don't fall into the void when we wake up. Right, and we'll hit stop on the music for now. Alrighty. Back to the game. Four, 5, 6. There we go. And we'll make a couple more balloons. Progress check on the cannon. Now we're about halfway. And 4 extra balloons. Should be enough to keep us going for a little while. Need to go grab some food. Let's head over to the cafe and see what we've got. Let's have a bit of the shepherd's pie this time. I need a bowl. Nice, that filled up our hunger in one go. Nope, we're running into the other ship. We'll bring that ship back down. Oh, we missed it. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Zora's ship back down. And back onto our ship, and we should be fine. Interesting that the dark oak matches the colour of the bark of the spruce. That didn't work so well. Let's try that again. There we go. Back to our ship. How's our island looking? Getting there. Of course, once the island finishes building, we need to start putting trees on top of it. Make it a bit more realistic as an island, apart from the fact that the deep slate is way too high. But it's getting there. It's like we lifted the whole island. So I wouldn't mind seeing if we can actually lift a whole island later on. Maybe doing one of these islands over here just for fun. Maybe build a crane and use a hose, not a hose pulley, a rope pulley to maybe this little island just as an experiment. If that works, then we could hoist the other one up. Except that one's nice and close to the other one, so those two would be nice adjacent islands that could support an infrastructure. Alrighty. The island's building nicely. It's funny that we don't hear any sounds from the blocks being placed at the other end. We hear the cannon noises, but we don't hear the sound of the blocks being placed. Alright. It's a little too quiet, so let's head back over to the cannon. Can keep an eye on it from here. I wonder if we get off the ship and we are down here. Can I hear the cannon? Get it backwards, not down. There we go. Yep, it's placing things. Alright, let's just sleep. Just unplace those. I'm also looking at adding VS crumbles to the mod pack, which does mean that if your ship is too small and you break it, the entire ship will collapse. I think there's a bit of configuration I can do with that one that might make that not quite as drastic as it has been in testing. It does make it fun to find a hostile ship and start breaking bits off it, and then using them to build your own ship. We can't hear the Schematicannon from here, but we can watch the progress. We are definitely getting close to done. Yep, starting to see dirt. So let's get some spruce ready. We don't have any storage on here. We broke it all. Get some spruce saplings ready. We already have there we go. do one more, make an extra barrel. Okay, 3 barrels. So we'll put 3 barrels at the back for storage. And we'll go and chop down a spruce tree. And get a couple of spruce saplings so we can start planting things. Might be worthwhile seeing if we can grab an axe at this stage. Make an axe and a pickaxe. We'll trade our way back up to decent tools later on. And yes, we probably should be. We'd had a stone pickaxe. What was I thinking? Oh well. We'll make another one. I guess we'll just chuck the wooden one into the void, or use it as fuel. We'll use it as fuel for something. Alright, so we are starting to get a bit of dirt, and it looks like grass going there as well. Cool. Gonna get some spruce saplings then. We have any in here? I don't know. We do not. We did lose a bunch of create stuff that was on the other ship. Plenty of spruce saplings here though, we don't need to chop any down. 12 will probably do. Oh, and some bone meal. Oh, we've got plenty of bone meal. Okay then. 12 spruce saplings and some bone meal should be enough. Alright, let's check on how far through the schematic it is. Getting close. Alright, so we will chop down a sapling or two. Chop down a spruce tree. Just to get some charcoal. Oh, I see why we didn't have it there. It's too close to this one. Too close to the house. So it had to be in that spot. What about here then? There it was. And we'll put that bowl away. Alright, getting to the final layers of the island by the look at it. Yeah, we're starting to get more grass coming on. Grass and dirt coming in. Awesome. And as you can see, we're almost at the same height as the other island now, so we're actually looking pretty reasonable for bringing a bridge out later on. Alright, let's let's go have a look at the progress, check how much we've got left, and we'll start planting some trees in a moment. Add an engine to this ship later. Yep, nearly there. Seeing more grass appearing at the edges, should only be a couple more layers. Of course, we don't have a furnace or an engine on here, so we need to go back to the other furnace to smelt stuff. Now, testing on the new mod pack, I've had a few ideas for things to do with ships to make it a little bit less flying around on a platform, basically. So we'll go get some more cobblestone, make ourselves another furnace. I hope all the Create stuff that I was going to place on the new island isn't sitting somewhere in the void now. It'd be frustrating. Can't remember what was in the shulker box that went missing, but we did lose a shulker box. It was on the ship. We're very close to done though. And we can always recreate the Create stuff. That's the whole point of Create. Alrighty. Getting more and more grass on the edge of the island. Look like the island could be close to done. And we're almost at the level of the other island, which is good. Feasible to actually get a bridge out this way. Maybe run a small railway out this way. So one thing we will be losing, at least in the short term, for the Airships 2 pack would be Enchantment Industry, which is not yet available for Fabric. But it is coming apparently, so we'll wait and see. Looks like this might be the last row, or one of the last couple of rows. So that's definitely going to be solid land there, so we'll and the airship here and get some trees going. Nice. And just do, there we go, a little bit of that. The island's nearly done. And I think that is the island done. We're going to check the Schematicannon in a sec, but I think that'll be it. Alright, to make it look a little bit more Taiga, we might put some sweet berry bushes on here in a bit. But for the moment, I think we'll just have a few trees. And we'll call that one done. Yeah, we'll bring some ferns and sweet berry bushes over from the other island. A bit less grass. And there we go. Island done. And maybe we'll start getting some mobs spawning on there. That'd be nice. We could take the beehives over there. We could set up the beehives over here and have things set up for create stuff on the other island. We'll see. But for the moment, it's a relocated island that looks a little on the wild side. And it's at a height that makes it not ridiculous to send a bridge over there, where before it was a bit too low. We could maybe have a elevator go down to the old mine shaft, and maybe we could have some stuff below there as well. Alright, let's grab ourselves some ferns. Nope. Need shears for that. Do we have any iron? We have a block of iron. Perfect. And we don't have existing... No, we do have existing shears. Even better, we use the shears we've got. Double our ferns for a bit. Alright, we've got a few ferns to take over. We'll get some sweet berry bushes. And then we'll wrap up stream. Alright, so some of the stuff that we've got over there in our little create contraption on the island will move over here because it's getting a bit too crowded. I'll try and repopulate the island with more villagery stuff and traditional farms and things like that. But for the moment, we'll chuck a few sweet berries and such like. Oh. And obviously some torches. Alright, place a couple of ferns. Put one here. And one there. One there. And one over there. There we go. Alright, and some sweet berries. There we go. That looks a bit more tigerish. Low ferns instead of tall ones, I think. Maybe one or two tall ones. Oh, go with the tall one over here. There we go. And one over here. No, we already got a fern just there. That's fine. One there. That can be a tall one as well. There we go. Is that a fern I just knocked out? I think it was. And that can be a fern instead. There we go. All right. Our little Tiger Island is a Tiger Island again. And a couple of torches. Just to make sure it doesn't get overpopulated before we come back. And we should be good. One there. Definitely need to clean it up before we try and land anyway, but we could probably build a dock next to it. There we go. Can't land on the island anymore, but we can look at it and go, that looks like a spruce island. Nice. We're missing a tree on this side, but yeah, let's do one more. Do a lower tree, they're all high. do one on this little lip here. I'm out of bone meal for the moment, but that's okay. We'll just place a sapling and come back. Yeah, we'll come back with some bones and we'll turn that into a tree. And that'll do us for the stream, I think. Once we've done that. We have some cows, have some chickens, we need some sheep, and some pigs. We got llamas as well, so we've got the major farm of animals except for horses and pigs. Oh, and sheep, but that's fine. Alright, let's just bone meal this until it grows. Perfect. We have a silly tree that's gone into the world, which looks like it's more naturally grown. Alright, cool. It might take some time between streams to try and figure out what happened to that other ship, if there's anything I can retrieve from it, but I think it's pretty much burnt up apart from maybe the engine. So unless I can figure out the ship name, I'll have to just chalk that off as a loss. Okay. Well, thank you all very much for watching. Those of you that have been watching the whole time, or those of you that have been watching on and off, appreciate you being here. And I will hit my outro music and we'll get on with finishing the island, hopefully between streams, or we might do some more on the next stream. So we'll see how they go. Alright, let's hit my ending screen. If I can just have my cursor back, please, game. It doesn't want to let me do that, so let me just hit the transition this way. Alrighty. And we'll hit the outro music. Alright, I'll say thank you to my paid patrons, Pat Smith, Oniaro, and the Fantastic Soap. Thank you all for continuing to be paid patrons. And I should have a Tyrannus Super Flat Hardcore video coming soon. And I also need to finish up some stuff with the Inheritance Hardcore world as well. So hopefully we'll have some of those videos coming out soon. Next week's stream will be on Skyflat Redux. And during the week we'll have a stream of, I think it'll be Aetherial Airships 2. Yeah, because we're doing pirate ships last week. So Thursday morning for some of you and Thursday night for me. I'll be working on the Aetherial Airships 2, so the next iteration of this mod pack. So stick around and, well, come by and check that out if you'd like to see where the mod pack is going and what it will look like with Create 6 and a more recent version of some of the other mods. Alright, so we'll leave it there. The music you're listening to is Cobblestone Generator by Apollo Music. And have a great rest of your day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time of day it is. Enjoy it, and I will catch you in another stream or video. If you haven't already and you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I'm still trying to get to 500 subscribers. And also there's things like Ko-fi and Patreon and stuff like that. Once I actually get to 500 subscribers on YouTube and also get the basic monetization with memberships and things like that, I'll look at opening up the Skyflat Redux server to anybody who's got the scholar role on my Discord. So pretty easy to get if you know how to follow rules. In the meantime, if you want to play on this server or the Skyflat Redux server, then you will need to be a trusted player, which you can apply to be in my Discord. Discord links in the description. If you have watched all the way through and you've just been lurking, feel free to comment once the replay is up, and let me know you're watching. If you are watching the replay, feel free to subscribe anyway. And if you'd like to see shorter edited videos of this world, then or this mod pack, then just let me know. Also working on the Hybrid Pirates mod pack at the moment. So that's the other one I'm working on with basically a water ship based as opposed to airship based mod pack, and that one is in a island world. Islands everywhere, and that's basically it. So similar thing to this one, similar concept, except islands in water instead of floating islands, and no airships whatsoever, and no create, just to make it interesting. So yeah, all right, it's been a long stream, just over 3 hours. Normally I go for a little over 2. But I just wanted to get that island finished. So thanks for sticking with me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.